We have started the ethanol part last class, right? Ethanol, you have written the physical properties. Now uses we have discussed. Then write down the uses now. I have explained you. Active ingredient of all alcoholic drinks. Second is as a clean fuel, undergoes complete combustion. Third, as an antifreeze, used in coolant of radiators of vehicle.
Ma'am,
Fourth,
they've written the physical existence of ethanol, ma'am.
physical properties also are not written. We write down them.
Ma'am, third point is the last, right?
Which one? No, no, no. There are many.
Like you're giving still, okay.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, ester, is it ESTER or ASTHER?
ES. No, no, no. H is not there.
Okay.
Completed.
Ma'am, can I just leave and come?
Yes. Okay. Completed.
Yes, ma'am.
Then chemical properties. There are only two chemical properties of ethanol. Earlier you already have learned ethanol undergoes combustion and oxidation. Chemical properties. First one, combustion. You have already learned C2H5OH plus oxygen. It will form CO2 plus H2O plus heat energy. Second one, oxidation also you have seen in general reaction. C2H5OH plus 2 nascent oxygen which comes from these oxidizing agent alkaline KMnO4 alkaline KMnO4. It will form CH3COOH plus H2O. Third is a reaction with metal. Alcohol reacts with metal and similar to acid it will produce hydrogen gas. C2H5OH plus sodium metal produce C2H5ONA and the hydrogen gas is given out. By this reaction, generally people say that it is acidic in nature because acid also when reacts with metal it produces hydrogen gas. But alcohol is neutral, not acidic. Alcohols are neutral, not acidic. They do not produce any hydrogen ions. Then, and the second one is reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid. Yeah, name of this is sodium ethoxide. Name of this compound form C2H5ONA is a sodium ethoxide. Reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid. I'm drawing the structure. This is CH3CH2OH. This is ethanol. It combines with concentrated H2SO4 at 443 Kelvin. Temperature is important. At this temperature, what happens? Sulfuric acid actually it won't react with it, but it will separate this H and OH part. These molecules are get separated. So that is H and OH combines to form H2O. And remaining now this carbons' 2 electrons are free. No one is there to share with. So therefore these 2 electrons are shared among themselves, forming double bond. So this way the ethene is produced and water molecule is removed. So therefore this reaction is called as dehydration reaction. Dehydration reaction, because here removal of water molecule from the same compound takes place. Therefore, it is called dehydration reaction, and concentrated H2SO4 is called as dehydrating agent, because presence of that only has done this removal of water molecules. It helped to remove water molecule. So therefore, concentrated H2SO4 is called dehydrating agent.
देखो जो जो आंसर इन शॉर्ट था उसका जो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन था सेकंड क्वेश्चन जो भी हो ना वो देगा
Done?
Ma'am,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
clear to the first point? Okay.
So from ethanol, concentrated sulfuric acid is added, then ethene is formed. In propanol, if you substitute concentrated sulfuric acid, then propene is formed. So alcohol gets converted into alkene due to addition of concentrated sulfuric acids. Methane is not there, so it will not form. No reaction takes place with methanol and concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, so these are the reactions of ethanol. Next, we have to learn ethanoic acid, acetic acid. Ethanoic acid, common name, acetic acid. We use it in the form of vinegar, CH3COOH bond, functional group, carboxylic acid, COOH. carboxylic acid. Its occurrence, it occurs in two different forms. One is vinegar. So vinegar, what is vinegar? 5 to 8% of acetic acid solution of water with water. So vinegar is very diluted acetic acid is called vinegar. There is only 5 to 8% of acetic acid is present in a complete solution of water. So concentration of acetic acid in the vinegar, it is only 5 to 8%. So highly diluted acetic acid is vinegar. And the second one, it also exists in the form of glacial acetic acid. Its freezing point is 293. Melting point or freezing points you can consider as a both. It is in a liquid state at room temperature, but as soon as the temperature decreases, 293 Kelvin only. Melting point is 293. That means freezing also 293. So 293 means how much? 17 to 18 or 20 approx. 92 is the 91. 291 is sorry. 291 Kelvin. That means near about 17 to 18 degrees Celsius when the temperature decreases in winter season. In our place also, the temperature when decreases to 17 to 18 degrees Celsius, it will freeze. The acetic acid will freeze. Acetic acid, pure acetic acid, 100% pure acetic acid freezes at 291, that is 17 to 18 degrees Celsius. Just if the temperature decreases in winter season, it looks like glacial snow, glacial ice. So therefore that type of a acetic acid is called as glacial acetic acid. As pure acetic acid freezes at 17 to 80 degrees Celsius. It looks like glacial ice. So therefore called as glacial acetic acid. Physical property, it is colorless, vinegar-like odor, liquid at room temperature, completely soluble in water, melting point 291 Kelvin. Acidic nature turns blue litmus red, pH orange color, as pH value is 2.2. pH value is 2.2. So it changes to orange color. pH paper changes to orange color. Acidic behavior. That is all the acid reactions. We have seen reactions of acids in acid-base salt chapter. So what was the first one? Acid nature, weak acid, but it is a weak acid. Mild weak acid. as due to partial dissociation of H plus ion. So acidic behavior, that we have learned all 4 reactions of acids we have learned in chapter 2, acid, base and salt. The same reaction for acetic acid also we have to see. First one is reaction with metal. CH3COOH combines with sodium. It will form CH3COONA. This hydrogen is replaced by sodium plus hydrogen gas is given out. Name of this is, common name is sodium acetate and IUPAC name is sodium ethanoate. Ethanoate because of the CH3COO part. Ethanoic acid, ethanoate is formed. Second one is reaction with metal carbonate. Or hydrogen carbonate. With sodium hydrogen carbonate, baking soda or sodium carbonate, we have to see the reaction. CH3COOH plus Na2CO3 gives out CH3COONA plus H2O plus CO2. Similarly with baking soda, CH3COOH NaHCO3 produces CH3CONA. Same salt is produced same everywhere because we have seen the sodium compounds only.
Ma'am, are you writing something?
No, I've done with acidic behavior. So write it down.
Ma'am, you write the ethanoic acid instead of ethanol.
Start writing. No special reaction. Need to explain after this.
Now, how much is still left in this chapter?
Very few, very less.
Ma'am, in human eye chapter, till which part is not coming?
Only first part, human eye part. Defects, human eye structure and defects of human eye. All others are coming.
Okay. From prism.
Yeah, prism onwards everything. Refraction through prism onwards everything is coming. Only the initial defects of eye, that is gone.
Now, what is removed in electricity?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No. Light and electricity, no change.
So light full, electricity full.
Yeah.
Ma'am, in human eye, they haven't removed any like important topics, right?
Human eye, that's initial part, no? Initial, that is myopia, hypermetropia.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not there now. Only refraction through prism, dispersion, atmospheric refraction, and scattering is there.
Ma'am, in magnetism, the generator.
Generator part.
From
AC,
generator onwards,
DC.
everything
Yeah. Yes.
is removed. Okay.
That is AC, DC, and generator, and that domestic wiring.
Ma'am, earth wire and all is not there, right?
No.
Ma'am, so these deleted parts will you ask for the test on Saturday, ma'am?
No, it will not be there. But that in domestic wiring, earth wire, safety measures, earth wire and fuse, overloading, learn it.
Okay, ma'am.
Because those can be considered as a part of this electricity chapter.
Ma'am, so there are 4 chapters.
Yeah, 4 chapters. Fifth one gone. Sources of energy.
Ma'am, we're already learning that chapter in social.
Yeah, that's the reason they have removed. And management of natural resources is there for your internal assessment. Now depends on school whether it will take the assessment part from that chapter or not, or only give you a project based on that.
Ma'am, you had told about some presentations we should make, right?
Yeah, now waiting for your exam to get over. Now it's done.
What?
Ma'am, for the life processes chapter, right?
Yeah, life process chapter.
You have to divide us into groups. I
Not
mean,
group, individually. Do
assign
it individually.
assign us topics.
Yeah, assigning.
No, we're not doing in group.
What?
We're not doing it in group.
Not no group no. Again, you will waste time in discussions and all those,
It's better to do
and
it
nothing to come out from all the discussions. Okay, fine. Completed this part.
Yes, ma'am.
Chemical properties.
Now special property of carboxylic acid, that is esterification reaction. Esterification, that is formation of esters. Esters, what are esters? Esters are actually sweet, fruity smelled substances. Sweet, fruity smelled substances. Just like in all the candies and chocolates and all those flavoring agents are present, right? Actually, they tell it is the guava flavor, mango flavor. What is those flavors? Those are not actually the original flavors. Those are esters present in them. Essences have the esters. Even in case of fruits and flower smell, naturally occurring esters are fruit smell or a flower smell is actually due to the presence of some natural esters in that. Particular plant has a particular smell. Different fruits have a different smell. So from that smell itself, we can find out whether it is which type of a fruit it is, because we are very peculiar with those now. So those due to the presence of these esters. Vegetable oil also has some peculiar smell, that is because of the presence of the esters. So esters are the sweet fruity smell substances. Artificial flavoring actually comes from the esters. We use it. So now how are these prepared? These can be naturally, they are present in fruits and flowers, in plants. and those can be also prepared by reaction between any alcohol and any carboxylic acid. So when any alcohol reacts with any of the carboxylic acid, it will produce esters with water in presence of concentrated H2SO4. So you can take this. Ester is a group of compounds, just like a homologous series. Alcohol you have learned, carboxylic acid you have learned, aldehydes you have learned, or ketone you have learned. The same way, ester is a name of the general compound name, functional group name, and inside that many other compounds are formed. Compounds are present. So one we will see only right now we have learned alcohol, that is ethanoic acid, and the ethanol and ethanoic acid. So reaction of that we will learn. So first I will write the carboxylic acid formula, ethanoic acid, CH3COOH. And to make the compound of ester easily, we need to write alcohol in the reverse order. That is OH, CH2, CH3. It's actually alcohol is CH3, CH2OH. I've written in the reverse order. OH, CH2, CH3, so that I can remove this part. We have to remove this part. This H and OH combines H2O, removes separately, and this compound CH3COO and CH2CH3 combine together. And this is the one type of ester, one compound of ester in presence of concentrated H2SO4, and it will form CH3COO CH2 CH3 plus H2O. Now this is the one ester. A name is ethyl ethanoate. So this is ester. Polyester, you have heard earlier. We are using polyester clothes. So that esters is this one. This ester, many molecules of ester combine together to form polyester. Polyester has a monomer ester in that. So this is the ester. Okay, clear? So ethanoic acid combines with ethanol and it has formed ethyl ethanoate. So ethyl word comes from the alcoholic part. Here two carbon atoms, C2H5. So therefore it is alkyl group, ethyl. And this will change it to ethanoate. So ethyl ethanoate. Now if propanoic acid combines with ethanol, then if propanoic acid combines with ethanol, then what is the compound formed? Is the name?
Ethyl propanoate.
Yes, ethyl propanoate. Clear? If methanoic acid combines with ethanol, then methanoic acid combines with ethanol. Then which type of ester is formed? What is the name of the ester formed?
Ethyl methanoate.
Yes, ethyl methanoate. If methanoic acid combines with methanol,
Is there methanol?
methanoic acid combines with methanol.
Methyl methanoate.
Yes, methyl methanoate.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, the propanoic acid when it reacts with ethanol, it gives ethyl propanoate and water, right?
Yeah. So I'm only telling the name of esters.
Okay.
Just a second. Give me a second.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
ma'am, how do these get that flavor?
but different compounds have different flavor. That is, guava has, they know that is which type of ester the guava has. They will prepare it by artificially, means by using any carboxylic acid and alcohol.
Okay, ma'am, how do you identify what flavor that has?
That flavor, that means it is a particular natural flavor comes from the particular plant. So they will first find out which type of a ester is present in that particular fruit and plant. So they will prepare that ester in nature, in lab. So that is how to identify from the plants. They have many more processes. They will do that. In that much inside biotechnology, we have to go to identify that there are many methods, many things. By that, they will find out which compound is present in it. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and done. This is called as, this is a formation of esters, so therefore it is called esterification. Clear? Earlier, means this chapter, this part you don't have, but here on this equation, there is an activity is there, how to form this. From that activity, they will ask the question of 3 marks. This question on esterification is very important part. This is a test of carboxylic acid or alcohol. So if the given solution is a alcohol or not, how to test? By adding carboxylic acid. They add carboxylic acid and heat the substance in presence of H2SO4. Then if the sweet fruity smelled substance is formed, that means that given substance is a alcohol. And the same thing is test is done for carboxylic acid also. So how to test the given solution is a carboxylic acid. They will test it by adding alcohol and heating in presence of acid. If it gives sweet fruity smelled substance, that means it is a carboxylic acid. Because only the reaction between alcohol and carboxylic acids produce esters.
Ma'am,
Hmm?
ma'am, you said that we heat it, right?
Yeah, heating is also there, but it is in a water bath. Very mild heating is given.
Okay,
Heating in water bath.
okay, that's what I
Because it is
remember.
alcohol,
Yeah.
because there is alcohol, so therefore we have to mix it with acid, and then in the test tube, that test tube we have to put it in the water bath. Okay, so this is the reverse process is also possible. That's esterification. When ester combines with water, it will produce ethanoic acid and the ethanol. If this is the compound ethyl ethanoid, when combines with water, it will form ethanoic acid and ethanol. Exactly, reverse process is also possible. But instead of water, if the esters are combined with alkali, sodium hydroxide, so esters, that is CH3, COO, CH2, CH3. If it combines, reacts with NaOH, then this Na will combine to ethanoic acid part. This is the part comes from alcohol. OH combines with that. So due to that, parent alcohol, that is CH3, CH2OH, ethanol is separated, and instead of parent carboxylic acid, the sodium salt of that carboxylic acid is produced. CH3COONA. So this is a sodium salt of carboxylic acid is produced. And this is the very basic compound of soap. This reaction is used, this is a sodium salt of carboxylic acid we have seen, only it is a very small chain, 2 carbon atoms carboxylic acid. This one, but if you consider in place of these CH3COO, long chain of this carboxylic acid is formed, then that is called as soap. For example, C17 H35 COONA. So here is a long chain of carboxylic acid, and to that sodium is connected. So this is the simple molecule of soap. And this reaction is used to prepare soap. Therefore, this process is called as saponification. Saponification reaction. Because this reaction is directly used in commercial preparation of soaps. So therefore, this reaction is called saponification. This is called as sodium salt of long chain of fatty acids. Carboxylic acids are actually called as fatty acids. You have heard the word fatty acid many places. So that fatty acids means carboxylic acids. So when sodium salt of these fatty acids are formed, then it is called as, then that molecule is called as soap, which has a slippery texture and work for cleansing action. Clear?
Nice name, ma'am. Saponification.
Yeah. So this reaction is used in the preparation of soap practically. And this was there in our practicals. The student has to perform this in the lab.
Ma'am, in 10th grade.
Hmm?
In 10th standard.
Yeah, 10th standard. Activity.
Oh,
There is an activity.
oh.
Okay. So write down saponification, and then further we have to learn soaps and detergents. Tomorrow we will finish this chapter.
Ma'am, done.
Ma'am, done.
Okay. Now next, this is what all about all the equations, reactions of this chapter. And the last part of the chapter that's here we have to learn is soaps and detergents. So what are soaps, what are detergents, and uh, how the soaps is cleansing action, how we use soap for cleaning clothes or cleaning our body. So how it works, how it removes dirt from the clothes, that we have to learn in detail. So first, what are soaps and what are detergents? Soaps are, just now I told you, soaps are sodium or potassium. Instead of here NaOH, the KOH also can work because these are alkali. So any alkali when combines with ester, the soaps are produced. So that means sodium or potassium salt of long chain carboxylic acids are soaps. And what are detergents? Detergents are sulfonates, ammonium or sulfonate salts of long chain carboxylic acid with some chloride or bromide ions also present in that. So those are detergents. Detergents are more complicated as compared to the soap. This is complicated formula of the molecular formula. So soaps are and detergents. Sodium or potassium salt of long chain carboxylic acid, and this is ammonium NH4 plus or sulfonate OHSO3 salts of long chain carboxylic acid with chloride or bromide ion. Soaps are actually prepared from plant origin. So plants are used in preparation of soap, but detergents are produced by using petroleum products. Petroleum is used for production of detergents, and the soaps are prepared from plants because esters are coming from the plants. So vegetable oils are generally used for preparation of soap. Vegetable oils, when combined with alkali, it will produce soap. So therefore these are biodegradable. These are biodegradable. But due to petroleum presence of petroleum products as a raw material, detergents are non-biodegradable. Remain accumulated into the water bodies. So therefore harmful, causes pollution. And one more very important part, that is soaps, cleansing action of soap will not be effective in hard water. Cleansing action of soaps not effective in hard water. It can easily work in soft water, but not in hard water. And here, equally effective in hard and soft water. There is no problem with hard and soft water. Whether it is water is hard or soft, detergent will work equally, same in both the cases. Now, what is the difference between this one, hard and soft water? What is the difference? I have explained you.
Then hard water contains iron, like
Which ions?
it contains impurity, uh, magnesium ion.
Preparation, magnesium and calcium both. So either calcium or magnesium ions are present in the water, that makes the water hard.
Ma'am, rainwater is soft, right?
Just a sec. Yes, here that means the presence of calcium and magnesium ions makes the water hard. Any salt of calcium, any salt of magnesium is present in the water, that makes the water hard. Clear?
Ma'am, so rainwater is soft.
Rainwater is soft. But when that same rainwater moves through the mountains, come back to the plain area, so in between that it passes through the many rocky area. So those rocks may be of the marble, that is a calcium carbonate rocks are there, or magnesium rocks are there present in the over the rocks. Those rocks easily dissolve in water. So easily when the water flows through along with those rocks, slowly the parts of calcium and magnesium mixes with it and makes the water hard.
Ma'am, marble in mountains.
Possible. So from where we get it marble from the where we get the
Ma'am, I
marbles?
thought we made it artificially.
No, they're only made, polishing has been done artificially. Proper shape has been given artificially, but they are not man this one. They have natural ones. Only that softness, the shine that is given, the finishing has been done by man-made. The people are working on that. Otherwise, they get the stones of marble, and those stones has been this one shined and given the proper shape.
Ma'am, a small doubt, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, soft water contains only sodium ions.
No, no, no. Many other ions are there. All other salts except calcium and magnesium.
Okay.
Aluminium ions are also present. Lead ions also present. Sodium also present. Potassium is also present. Other salts are also there. The barium salts are there. Every metal will dissolve, mix with water. It can form the ions. So it can be anything. So, but calcium and magnesium ions should not be there. Then that water is soft water, and that we can test is whether the water is a hard or soft. That is with the help of soaps. So add the soap in that water. Take one glass of water and add soap and start stirring. If you get the leather, a good amount of leather is formed. That is a foam is formed. That means that is a soft water. If leather is not formed, or if it is formed, it is very less, then it is hard water, because soaps can't form leather easily with hard water. Because here what happened, these sodium and soaps are what, sodium and potassium salts of carboxylic acid. When the reaction takes place, the soaps dissolves in that hard water. So this is a soap molecule. So this sodium is removed and the calcium or magnesium combines with this substance, fatty acid, and due to which the substance is formed which is insoluble in water, and that curdy white precipitate is formed. So that is what we call scum. And due to formation of a scum, the leather will not be produced. Now scum you have seen when you take a bath, you will see that is after some time when the floor dries up, there are the near the drainage, there is a white patches are there. White substance is formed. So that is scum, because the soaps have reacted with the hard water. Calcium ions, calcium salt of carboxylic acid is produced, which is insoluble in water, and that will remain near the drainage pipe. Near the pipe, there is a white patches. You can see white substances accumulated. So that is the scum precipitate.
Ma'am, why are we using the word leather over here?
Leather or a foam. So leather is a actual scientific name. Foam is a regular word. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the difference between the soaps and detergents. We have to, means this in soft and hard water, we can find out by using soaps. So therefore, generally we don't use soap for cleaning clothes if there is a hard water. Reason is when soap reacts with that hard water, it will produce precipitate, that is calcium salt. Calcium salts are formed, magnesium salts are formed, and which are precipitated. So those precipitates stick to the cloth. Then it won't get removed if we don't wash it clearly, which will should not get drained away. Then it will remain stick to the cloth. So that area will become hard, and then if we start using it, if we stretch it, then it will tear at that place. It will tear, the cloth will tear. Clear? So this is the reason generally we don't use soap for cleaning clothes. The soap, bathing soap, what we use is potassium salt of long chain carboxylic acid. Sodium salt we don't use. Sodium salt compounds soap is produced, then it is used for this one, clothes, which we use. That's all Rin, Surf Excel bars we are using, not the powder. So those bars are actually the sodium salts of long chain carboxylic acid. Whatever we use for bathing purpose, that is a soft soap, soft on the skin. There we use potassium salt of long chain carboxylic acid. Clear?
Now, what about dishwashers?
Those are detergents. Those are detergents,
And
not
then
soaps.
hand
Even
washes.
shampoo is also detergent. Shampoo, what we use for hair, that is also a detergent.
Ma'am, hand washes.
Hand washes are also some part of detergent with some disinfectant solutions mixed in it.
Ma'am, liquids are detergents and solids are soap.
Not like that. Soaps also we get the solid liquid ones. In the liquid form, we get the soap. It depends on the solvent in which it is dissolved. We dissolve it in a different solvent to make it liquid, and we don't use that solvent for solid formation. So we get the liquid soap also, no? Nowadays we get it. Not only those soap bars, we use the liquid soap also. But whatever it is used for dishwashers, those are not. Even some amount of soap is present in hand washes. That is soft. So liquid form of these soaps for bathing purpose, and along with some disinfecting agents. That is alcohol. Clear? Fine, you can leave now. We will continue next class. Next class it will be finished.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
1 second maths. You are solving next 10 questions. So you have solved till 20 today. 21 to 30.
Okay, ma'am.
30 you can't solve. Leave the 30th one. 31st solve. But try 30th if you get it. Fine.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.